Is 0.2% a big deal? Well, that depends. 0.2% of what? In this case, we're talking about 0.2% of all the money in the world. That's how much wealth the Saudi royal family holds, $1.7 trillion. To put it in perspective, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's personal fortune is around $4 billion. Compared to the family's total wealth, that might seem like just a tiny piece. But his lavish lifestyle tells a different story, one filled with luxury, extravagance, and opulence. Of course, there are also concerns about human rights, freedom of speech, and political repression. But for now, let's stick to the wealth and leave those issues to organizations like the UN and Interpol. Extravagant parties. If you have unlimited wealth, why not throw a party that matches? While most people might recall casual college get-togethers with cheap drinks and a $25 budget, Saudi Arabia's crown prince plays in a completely different league. Back in 2015, right after launching a military operation in Yemen, Prince Salman, otherwise known as MBS, apparently needed a way to unwind. His idea of relaxation? A massive, ultra-luxurious getaway. But instead of hosting it at his palace, despite having plenty of space, he went all out and booked an entire island in the Maldives. For 2 weeks, 43 high-end villas became the playground for celebrity guests like Pitbull, Shakira, Rihanna, and Jennifer Lopez. And the bill for this extravagant escape? A staggering $8 million. For most, that's an unimaginable sum. But for MBS, it was just another indulgence. Golden cars. A peek into Prince Salman's garage says it all. He wants to be seen as powerful and unimaginably wealthy. Nearly every car is covered in gold, making the collection look more like a rap video set than a billionaire's showroom. The total value of his collection is around $30 million. That might not seem excessive for someone of his wealth, but the breakdown tells a different story. His gold-plated Lamborghini Aventador SVJ alone is worth $7.5 million, while his Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe comes in at $8 million. Topping the list is his gold Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport, valued at an astonishing $12.5 million. For MBS, excess isn't just a lifestyle, it's a statement. The rest of his garage? A modest 18 cars, each priced between $80,000 and $400,000. Maybe someone should start a GoFundMe to help him expand his golden collection. Chateau Louis XIV. And is one lavish palace enough for him? Probably. But with $4 billion in the bank and control over trillions on the horizon, why stop at one? Enter Chateau Louis XIV, a $300 million estate named after France's Sun King. Often called the world's most expensive private home, its opulent interior makes it seem like a bargain. Designed as a modern tribute to 17th century France, the chateau is covered in gold accents and priceless art, fitting for someone who wants to live like royalty. The estate includes a private cinema, a deluxe pool, and endless luxuries most can only dream of. But its highlight? A 57-acre garden inspired by European palace parks, complete with rare plants and a classic hedge maze, hopefully minotaur-free. One thing Louis XIV didn't have? Smartphone-controlled fountains. Maybe he just wasn't as advanced as MBS, or maybe it was the lack of smartphones. Newcastle United. Now, who would have guessed in the 17th century that Newcastle United would one day belong to a Saudi prince? Already spending millions across Europe, Prince Salman decided to step into European football by acquiring Newcastle United, one of England's oldest clubs. At first, supporters were wary of Saudi ownership, but success changes minds. The club finally made it back into the 2023-2024 edition of the Champions League and are now fighting for a top 5 spot in the Premier League. MBS's $370.5 million investment has brought Newcastle United back to life. But why would a Saudi prince buy a mid-tier British club? That's usually a move for Russian oligarchs looking to clean their cash. Maybe it's strategy, or maybe he just liked Qatar's World Cup moment. Who knows? When your family is worth $2 trillion, spending $400 million is barely noticeable. Honestly, MBS might have already lost the receipt. Salvator Mundi. Now, football may be MBS's new interest, but let's not forget, he's the future king of a deeply conservative Muslim country. You'd think his biggest splurges would be a gold yacht, a grand mosque, or maybe expanding his harem. Surprisingly, he chose something else, a $450 million painting of Jesus Christ. No, this isn't a joke. Salvator Mundi by Leonardo da Vinci now holds the title of the most expensive artwork ever sold. When MBS entered the auction and casually outbid everyone with $450 million, one thing was clear: money was no obstacle. But why would the future king of Saudi Arabia want a painting of Jesus? Who knows? Maybe it's a strategic move, shifting assets while signaling religious tolerance. Serene. Prince Salman isn't just into paintings. He has a taste for engineering marvels too. And when it comes to super yachts, he knows quality when he sees it. Case in point, the Serene, a 440-foot floating palace. MBS spotted it docked in France and, on impulse, dropped $500 million to make it his. Built for 24 VIP guests and requiring a crew of 52, the yacht is a masterpiece of luxury. Gold-filled interiors, multiple pools, a private cinema, a gym, and ultra-opulent bedrooms, plus a dedicated children's area, because MBS is, of course, a family man. And what's a super yacht without 2 helipads? One even converts into a pool or dance floor. A transformer? Not quite, but I'd still take it over a Michael Bay movie. Abraj Kudai. MBS's lavish purchases are one thing, but his real investments are on another level. Take the Abraj Kudai Hotel in Mecca, his $3.5 billion mega project. Set to be the world's most luxurious hotel, it will feature 45 floors, 10,000 rooms, 70 upscale restaurants, private gyms, and pools, all tailored for the ultra-rich. And of course, the top 5 floors, reserved exclusively for MBS and his family, with an interior drenched in gold. Even Donald Trump might consider marrying him for a tour. Saudi Aramco. But MBS's life isn't all luxury and indulgence. He's also a sharp and strategic leader with impressive business instincts. As the undisputed powerhouse of Saudi politics, he carries the financial future of the royal family on his shoulders. That's why he has a personal stake in the kingdom's biggest economic engine, Saudi Aramco. Saudi Aramco, the state-owned energy giant, controls the kingdom's massive oil and gas reserves. Since 2020, it has held the title of the world's largest company, raking in over $359 billion annually. With a market cap of $7 trillion and total equity of $576.71 billion, it's no wonder the royal family keeps a tight grip on its operations. To safeguard his investment, MBS spares no expense on security and political influence. But here's the twist: his ambitions go far beyond oil. NEOM. For decades, Saudi Arabia's oil wealth has fueled the royal family's extravagant lifestyle. But MBS understands that this dinosaur juice won't last forever. Saudi oil reserves could be depleted within the next 30 to 50 years. Knowing he'll likely remain in power during this transition, MBS is preparing for the future with ruthless precision. After all, he has no intention of meeting the same fate as Saddam Hussein or Muammar Gaddafi. To maintain control, he recognizes that diversifying Saudi Arabia's economy is essential. This realization led to the creation of NEOM, one of the most ambitious urban projects in history. Unveiled in 2016, NEOM is designed as a self-sustaining, ultra-modern linear city, turning the barren Saudi desert into a high-tech utopia. Initially set to cost $500 billion, the royal family has since doubled down, pushing total investment to an astonishing $1.1 trillion. NEOM is designed to be an eco-friendly utopia, built to accommodate over 1 million people while redefining urban living. The city will be covered in lush greenery, rely solely on hydrogen-powered transport, and eliminate the need for cars and fossil fuels. High-speed underground transit will connect its futuristic districts, making traditional city congestion a thing of the past. MBS is making a massive bet on the future, ensuring Saudi Arabia remains prosperous beyond its oil wealth. But that does raise an interesting question. What happens to his golden car collection in a city with no cars? I have no clue, but I'd be more than happy to take care of them while he's commuting on NEOM's metro. Jokes aside, investing half of the Al Saud fortune into this project is a bold and risky move. But will it actually become reality? Only time will tell. So, what do you think? Is Niam an impressive vision of the future, or could MBS be spending his fortune in better ways? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons to ensure you do not miss out on more content just like this. We'll see you in the next one.